Good everybody, it's Ugai here, there and today I want us to look at something very important. This is the most explosive trading strategy for indices, and it's a giver that keeps giving. Guys, this strategy keeps delivering, and I love it because it's one of the most simplest strategies you'll ever find. And there are three reasons why I love this strategy. First of all, it's about freedom. Trading is about freedom. You don't want to be on the charts the whole day, okay? So you can just spend your entire day doing whatever you want, only come during the equity open and start looking for an opportunity there. So that simply means you have the whole day to yourself, okay? And then secondly, I love the fact that it is explosive. That simply means your take profit is going to be hit quick. Mostly it's going to be in less than 15 minutes, okay? On average, for me, it gets hit in roughly 4 to 6 minutes, even though there are days when it can go all the way to 30 minutes. But if it goes beyond 30 minutes, I just close the trade, okay? And then the third thing I love about this is because you know exactly what you're looking for, which simply means we are looking for the same things each and every single day. The same trade I took yesterday is the same trade I'm looking for today, and the same trade I'll be looking for the next day. So it makes everything easy. And please don't mistake the fact that I'm saying you know what to do, you know what you're looking for with you know what you're gonna do. No, when the equity opens, we don't know if we're gonna sell or if we're gonna buy. We are waiting for the charts to generate information for us, and then we're gonna trade from the perspective of the information generated by the charts, okay? Because we don't want to come to the charts knowing that, oh, today we're going to buy, and they're giving us a simple sell opportunity, but we can't see it because our judgment is simply clouded by the fact that we have decided we're going to buy, okay? And now we have 5 criteria, okay? The first criteria is to identify trade volume before the session. The second criteria is to wait for the equity opening time. The third criteria is actually to wait for trade volume during the session, and here we use chart patterns. And guys, listen to this carefully. This is the part whereby you need to put in the work. And when I say putting in the work, I simply mean sitting on your hands, okay? Sit and watch your screen. Sit and watch your screen. I know that most people want to be executing immediately when they come to their screen. That's not what we're going to do. We are going to sit and wait for the pattern to get complete, okay? And once the pattern is complete, we wait for an evidence candle. So sometimes the pattern can be complete, but we don't get an evidence candle. That simply means we're not going to trade, okay? And the evidence candle is an engulfing candle that breaks out of the pattern, okay? That's when we target 50 pips. And again, I say it's important to ask yourself, what kind of trend do you see? If you look at the playbook here, I gave you a lot of trends, okay? But I'll come to that later. I'll show you that later, okay? I'll show you that later because I believe it's going to help you. So guys, without any further ado, let's jump into it, okay? So we're gonna start on the 24 because we have already gone through other days, and as you can see, I'm on a 15-minute time frame. The reason is because I can now see the entire day, okay? And since we are coming 10 to 5 minutes before the session begins, we need to see the entire day so that we can actually be able to identify a trade volume. And as you can see, we have 3 important key levels. We have the highest point that was reached the previous day, we have the lowest point, and we have the closing price of the previous day. All this is information that we have when we are coming to the charts, okay, because it has been generated the previous day, okay? So guys, look at this. We need to know who is trapped before the session begins, okay? And this is information you have, and this is information which is important. I know most people tend to ignore this information, but it is very, very important, and I'll show you as we go, okay? So as we can see, we have already spoken about the fact that most of the time the trade volume is going to be on this level above or below. Why? Because indices move during the US session. Therefore, they're going to use the entire day to trap. And that is the reason most of the time they won't release these guys who are trapped here, okay? So once I've identified this, I'm going to go to a 1-minute time frame. I'm going to try to show you a hack that will actually help you, okay? Because I've realized most people are actually unable to sit on their hands and wait for the pattern. So I'm going to show you something that will help you, okay? So the next criteria after we have identified trap volume, let me just write here trapped, because this is important, okay? Okay, this is trap volume, okay? Everybody went up is trapped, okay? And the funny thing is, you'll realize that ever since they've trapped, they never went beyond this closing price. So everybody who is trapped above never got released because they don't want to go beyond this closing price, okay? And as we say, this is an important key level, and most likely gonna see a reaction. It's gonna be mostly support or resistance on this level, okay? So guys, the next criteria is to do it is to wait for the equity opening time, and this is not rocket science. You just have to look at your watch, 9:30 US time, 3:30 p.m. South African time. And now we're gonna wait for trade volume during the session, okay? And guys, just to say this, we only wait for this if there are no news. If we have news during the session, we wait for the news to trade, okay? So guys, look at this. Now we have what is there any possibility for a pattern? What I can say is, okay, let me change this to blue or black, just any other color that I'll be able to use, which will be different to the colors that we have on the charts, okay? If you look at carefully at this, you'll see that, okay, they've been bouncing here, and then again, this is a level where they are bouncing, because sometimes we will have a pattern that starts building out before the session begins and completes when the session has begun. Okay, so look at this. We have a rectangle. Okay, we have a rectangle as they're trading, because once the session opens, we now start looking for chart patterns. And the rectangle is something that I love, but we need to know what kind of chart pattern do we see. Okay, so possibly we have a rectangle. We are in a rectangle. Okay, and then of course, is there another possibility for a pattern? Okay, because that's our job now. As they are trading, we are busy drawing our lines to identify any possibility for a chart pattern. Okay, and I'm doing this because I know that many people are actually unable to sit on their hands. And I told you, this is the part whereby you need to put in the work. And the work I'm talking about, sitting and watching your screen. Okay, that's the most important thing. Okay, not jumping and trying to talk about patterns that are not there. No, 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 you have to wait patiently. Okay, so look, I know there are people who actually maybe have taken this as a pattern. I'm gonna use a red line just to distinguish. Okay, I'm going to use a red line just to distinguish. I know there are people who saw this as a chart pattern. Okay, okay, some people saw this as a chart pattern, right angled triangle, and then of course it broke up. And if it broke, okay, let's just say because I used the bodies. Okay, let's say maybe it broke out with with an engulfing candle. Okay, that's beautiful, right? Yes, and then again they gave a second engulfing candle, and somebody will say, why didn't I take this trade? Okay, what did I say? Trap volume before the session is important. And why do we identify trap volume? We've been saying this throughout our videos for the longest time. We identify trap volume before the session simply because we know that most of the time they are not going to release them. Obviously, prices are not perfect, markets are not perfect, okay, but we need our rules to be strict. So I told you, if they're giving you a buy opportunity into trap volume, you need to have at least space for 50 pips. But look at this, they're giving you a trade. We don't even have enough space. Okay, we don't have enough space for 50 pips. And again, we are at a crucial level where we are most likely going to see support and resistance. But the thing that saved the day here is what is trap volume. You don't want to go straight to trap volume. You can see they are not going beyond this line. So why would you possibly take this? Simply because it broke out of a pattern. If you're going to take this simply because it broke out of the pattern, and you can see we are at a level where we have trap volume. Why did we identify trap volume to begin with in the first place? Okay, this is important. It saved the day here. I told you, if you are in a trade where you have traded into trap volume, you need to be aware of the possibilities, because most likely they're going to be luring you so that you can end up being trap volume yourself. Okay, remember, market makers are tricky. So that's why we always identify trap volume, even though some days we won't be able to see it. But if we can see it, obviously it does no harm to identify it, because it's gonna actually save us. Okay, so this is why I didn't take this right angle triangle here, even though it broke out with an engulfing candle, because there's no space for 50 pips here. Okay, but again, the day continues because we are still in a right angle. Okay, so as you can see, they've been bouncing on this is a right angle. Okay, and they've been bouncing on this is a right angle. Okay, of course this one is invalid. Why? Because of the trap volume. It's invalid because of trap volume. Okay, I've been saying this for the longest time. Okay, if you are trading into trap volume, be aware, because you will become or might become trap volume, even though some days they might release them. But we know we need strict rules. Okay, so as the days continue, what is possibly building up, we can see that okay, they are in a rectangle. Okay, they are in a rectangle, but is there any possibility of a pattern building up? Okay, let's see. I need an indicator here that I'm gonna use. Okay, it's TP. Oh, no, 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 no. I need to actually edit it before I actually use it. Okay, because here I need something thick. So I'm gonna go with 10. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Yes, I'm gonna go with 10. Okay, look at this. What possibility is building up? Okay, so we can see that okay, we have something like this. As price, okay, sorry guys, sorry. As prices are continuing trading, we have something like a slope here. Okay, and then again we have something like obviously already we have this. Okay, which is a possibility of a right angle triangle, and then again we have something like this. Okay, we have something like this, and we have an instance whereby we have a shoulder head and we have a shoulder. Okay, so we have patterns within patterns. We have a right angle inside a rectangle. Okay, we have a right angle inside a rectangle. This is a rectangle that we have, okay? And then again, this is the bottom of the rectangle, okay? Bottom of the rectangle. So we have a right angle inside a rectangle. Pattern within pattern. Shabaka spoke about this. I always talk about this, okay? So this is literally where I took my first trade, okay? This is where I took my first position, okay? And usually what I used to do was I used to open a trade, and then I will actually close my chart for an hour, come back after an hour. But these days what I've realized is I was missing a lot, because mostly they will give you opportunities to scale in, okay? Look at this, look at this. Oh, sorry. I took my second trade here, and I want to show you why, okay? If you look at this, you realize that, okay, oh, sorry, yes, okay, and then you realize that, oh, they gave us a second opportunity, okay? They gave us a right angle triangle, broke out of it. This is the same candle that broke out of the bigger pattern, which is the bigger rectangle. So it is an engulfing candle. What did we say? We did say now we want to see a pattern, and then we need an evidence candle, and the evidence candle is most likely going to be what? It's most likely going to be an engulfing candle. Why? Because immediately when they close with an engulfing candle, everybody who went up is literally trapped and at a loss, and they are now the ones who are relying on hope, praying for prices to come back, okay? And that's what we want to see, because our job is to punish what? To punish those who are trapped, okay? So you see 50 pips was hit very quick, okay? Let's go to the following day, okay? The following day, same thing each and every day. We'll go to a 5-minute time frame, or a 15-minute time frame is still okay. Okay, so on this day, I told you there are days when we won't be able to identify who is trapped, simply because they might just start trending all from the Asian session all the way to the US session. Okay, so in this case, obviously it's good. Okay, however, it's good because we are unable to see this. Okay, so we can still proceed, because that's the only criteria we can proceed if we don't have. Okay, so now, okay, let me switch back to the 25th. Okay, so as you can see, we were unable to identify trap volume during the session, okay, before the session. But still, let's go further. Okay, we wait for the equity opening time, and this is where the equity opens. Okay, this is where the equity opens, and it's very important, guys. When the equity opens, we are on a 1-minute time frame. Can we see a pattern? Because now we are going to the third criteria. Okay, can we see the pattern? And guys, this is a prerequisite for this one. We cannot come to this one unless this one has been fully met. Okay, so let's see. Do we have something like a pattern? No, they just collapse. Pattern? No, they just collapse. Pattern? No, they just collapse. Pattern? No, they are just collapsing. Okay, so what happens here? Okay, do we have a pattern? Here we have a rectangle. Okay. Where is the rectangle? If we have a rectangle, obviously we have something like, okay, we have a rectangle, and we usually do this as they are busy trading, okay? Because obviously when they bounce here and then they are trading, we are just watching our charts, okay? We have nothing, we are just watching our charts, okay? And then immediately when they give us something like this, we now know that, oh yes, there's a possibility, okay, because they came and bounced, and now they're repeating this level, so there's a possibility for a pattern. Okay, there's a possibility for a pattern. Okay, let's see what kind of pattern is building up. Oh, now we see something interesting. They broke out with an engulfing candle, and this is where I took my entry. Okay, I know it's way far from where prices began, but I am not gonna do anything until I see a clear pattern. Okay, so this is where I took my entry, and as I told you, usually I will take it and then close my chart come after an hour, and then obviously if my take profit hasn't been hit, I will close it. Okay, and what was happening? Possibly there was something happening again, which was what? Which was another rectangle. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. There are days when they will actually okay, we can just okay, sorry, we can just pull this one through. We can just pull the first one through. Okay, so you see, this is where they built another pattern. What do? They break out of it. Okay, they break out of it. Okay, one candle stop is enough. Okay, one candle stop is enough. Okay, is enough. What do? Both these trades deliver. Okay, yes, this one went a little bit beyond 30 minutes. Okay, Okay, I usually close if my trade hasn't taken profit after 30 minutes, but this one was just bouncing and bouncing. Same thing they did when the previous day. Same thing they did the previous day. Guys, sometimes I told you to back test. Okay, spend more time on your charts. You will see things that happen most commonly. You see, they were just okay, let me show you. Let me show you. Before the session began, they sent people up, okay? And then after that, yes, they broke down, but they started trapping on this level, okay? Now they're trapping here. They are not really going back to release this gas. And what this tells you is that they have enough orders here, okay? That's why they are not going back. Now they are just trapping here. Everybody whose order is getting fulfilled above here is not gonna be released, okay? So it's the same thing they are doing on this day here, okay? It's the same thing they're doing here. It's the same thing they are doing here, okay? Everybody who is trapped down here is not gonna be released. They're just, you see, everybody who's selling back into this level is not being released. So when I saw that, I got the confidence, okay, to hold. So this trade went boom, okay? Very easy one, okay? I don't want to spend enough time, much time saying a lot of things, but look here. We know that we used the 20 EMA to confirm our trades, but I want to show you something very important here, something interesting. Okay, we used the 20 EMA to confirm our trades, right? Yes. Okay, so this was inside and in alignment with the 20 EMA. Okay, and again, there is another EMA of 50 that I used to scale in. Okay, I used the, oh, sorry, this is 50. I used the 50 EMA to do to scale in. Okay, to scale in. Okay, as you can see, yes, this one was in alignment and they came and bounced here, but I didn't actually scale in here. I scaled in here, okay, because already this is the one that is breaking out of the mini pattern, which was the same thing I did the previous day, okay, where they gave us a pattern and then they gave us a second pattern. This is an opportunity to scale in. Spend enough time on your charts, you will know exactly what happens on the charts, okay? Just put your stops above here. Usually my stops are from 10 to 25, okay? And then let's go to the next day, guys. It's the same thing day in, day out, okay? This day, yes, of course, we were unable to identify trade volume before the session, and I want to show you something. I want to show you something very interesting, okay? Sorry guys, I just want to delete the EMAs because I want my charts clean, okay? Look at this. We're gonna go, okay, it's the next day. You see, we have been looking for the same criteria all these days, okay, and now we're gonna go again throughout the day. We are doing nothing. We are coming during the equity opening time. Actually, we are coming right before the equity opening time, okay, and we are identifying trade volume here. So we're gonna do this roughly 10 to 5 minutes before the equity opens, okay, 5 to 10 minutes before the equity open. And we had news here. We had news, okay. So obviously, okay, when the session is opening, I love this, okay, I love this. You can see at this moment we can't really tell who's trapped, but one thing we can say is that they have been sending people down, but we can't tell who's literally trapped, okay. But as you can see, how are they behaving on this level? They're just bouncing on this level, okay, bouncing on this level. We're gonna go to a 1 minute time frame, okay. That's where we're gonna see everything in a clear way, okay. So obviously the session is opening here. The session is opening here, and of course at this moment it seems like what has happened, it seems like everybody up here is literally trapped, okay. So I told you, if they are giving an opportunity into trap volume, I don't want to take it, okay. It seems like everybody who went up is trapped, but they were been bouncing here, but it's okay, okay, it's okay, oh, it's okay. I'm doing nothing at this moment, okay. And then what do? They go all the way up and all the way up, okay. They went up, okay. So I've seen what they've been doing, okay. They engulfed the closing price, but I'm waiting for a pattern, okay. I don't want to take things that are actually out of my criteria, okay. I'm waiting for the pattern. They have already gone and actually went beyond everybody who was up here, okay. Okay, so literally what do? We are waiting for a chart pattern here, okay. Let's see what kind of chart pattern do they give you. I want to show you something, and I'll show you something in a minute. What kind of chart pattern do you see? Do you see a chart pattern here? No, I don't see a chart pattern. Okay, they are going out. Do you see a chart pattern? No, they're just trending. Do you see a chart pattern? No, they are trending. Okay, there is no chart pattern. Okay, let's see what are they doing. They start doing this. Okay, this is important now. Okay, this is important. What do we see? We see something like this. There's a level they are playing on. Okay, Okay, is there a pattern? Okay, let's just wait and see. Okay, so possibly we have something like a rectangle, right? Okay, it's possibly something like a rectangle. Okay, not that beautiful rectangle because they bounce on it once. Okay, but again we have what? We have a right angle triangle, and you're gonna see rectangles, right angle triangles, and head and shoulders a lot. That's why I try to put all the important chart patterns you need on your playbook. If you look from page 12 going down, you'll see a lot of chart patterns. I've drawn different kind of variations of chart patterns, because if it's a head and shoulder, there's a variation of head and shoulders. If it's a double top, there's variation of that. Triple top, a variation of all of that. So everything is in your playbook. Okay, everything is in your playbook. Okay, it's in the description. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. We have a pattern. What do? They break out of it. Okay, this is not a very big engulfing candle. Fine. Okay, if you doubted it, still okay. This is a trade. Okay, this is a trade, and this trade delivered 50 pips. Sometimes I tell people 50 pips. You see, it delivered 50 pips before the week completed. I tell people 50 pips is nothing. Okay, once we have people who are trapped, they are gonna go at least 50 pips to punish them. Okay, so for me, this is the one I took. Okay, this is the one I took. Okay, but 50 pips is nothing. You can see this is an instance where they are just sending you up. And just look at this. I want you to see something. Okay, for those most especially who haven't mastered the pattern, when I remove this, okay, important, when I remove this, I want you to pay close attention to what you see. What do you see? They are just busy trying to send everybody up. Okay, but this is the high they've made. Okay, and this is the low they've made. They are not going anywhere. They're just sending people up, giving a lot of pattern. This is something you don't want to be in. Okay, you don't want to be in something like this. Okay, that's why we are waiting for patterns. You see, they're just sending people up. When you see this it's a sign that you're gonna get the most easiest kind of trade. Okay, so 50 pips got hit. Okay, 50 pips got hit. You got out with your profits. Okay, and I'm not gonna go any further. Okay, I'm not gonna go any further because it's already 22 minutes. But you see, when you wait for the pattern, it's important. Okay, when you wait for the pattern, everybody's going up. Everybody's order got fulfilled in this pattern is trapped. Okay, they can never hide their footsteps. They are trapped. So if you're really struggling with patterns, do this. Okay, I know you're not going to get the opportunities every day. However, when you get them, they're going to be more reliable, and that's going to help you. Okay, because if you are really struggling with patterns, this is the least we can do. Okay, look at this. Go to a 5-minute time frame. Okay, go to a 5-minute time frame. It's a 5-minute time frame is gonna save you a lot of most of the time, but you're not gonna get the opportunities every day. As you can see here, there was a very beautiful opportunity, but you could have missed it. Okay, but there are days when you get it. You see here, let's look here. You see your pattern is so clean. This is a double bottom. Okay, and they break out of it with an engulfing candle. Okay, and then you can see, yes, they are trapping, and this is another engulfing candle. Yes, your stops will be a little bit bigger, but this one is going to be more reliable. Okay, because on a 1-minute time frame, you might see many chart patterns and you might jump into them. Okay, but on a 5-minute time frame, your patterns will be a little bit clean. So if you are failing seeing chart patterns, or if you see you are impatient on a 1-minute time frame, you can just use a 5-minute time frame. Okay, because your patterns are going to be a little bit cleaner. Even if I come here to this day, if you were on a 5-minute time frame, you realize that, okay, you see things in a very clear way. You see the same thing when they're just squeezing. You don't want to be part of squeezing, guys. Be patient. Okay, how do you avoid being squeezing? Just sit on your hands, do nothing. Okay, there's nothing for you to do. You see, this is when you know now that you have something. Okay, this is when you know now that you have something. Okay, because you can see now. Okay, this is you can see. But on a 5-minute time frame, it's gonna be very easy for you. You see, they're just squeezing, sending everybody up. Why are they sending everybody up so fast like this? You are gonna get your opportunities. Your stops are gonna be bigger, but the patterns are gonna be clear. Okay, and more cleaner. As you can see, they then trade down, and all of a sudden, what do? They squeeze. Okay, I want you to see this. They squeeze. Okay, this is something you will see. But the most important thing here is that you will see that, okay, they're just playing inside the pattern. And on a 5 minute time frame, it's going to be way too obvious, okay? And if you're struggling with a 1 minute time frame, obviously a 5 minute time frame will help you, but you're not going to get trades as often as we do get them on a 1 minute time frame. But it's going to help you, I believe, okay? So you see, there are always many opportunities, okay? There are always many opportunities, okay? These guys got punished. These guys got trapped, they got punished. Yes, of course, they didn't release these guys, but again, this one will be easier for you. And guys, this video is a little bit too long. You can just go and do Nasdaq, okay? You go and do Nasdaq and S&P 500. And guys, if there is no pattern, there's nothing for you to do. You see Nasdaq again. Let me just show you the pattern, okay? On this day, you can see this is where they are bouncing, okay? And we are at an important key level. You need to know how are they behaving on this level, okay? And all of a sudden, if you're looking for a pattern, you'll see that, oh, this is what happened, okay? This is what happened. And then they engulf this level with an engulfing candle. This is your entry, okay? This is your entry. And if they pull back like this, you don't panic. You just anticipate an opportunity to scale in, okay? An opportunity to scale in. When they give you another engulfing candle, that's where you scale in. They pull back another, you scale in. But anyway, that will need a lot of experience. So guys, if you are not seeing these things on a 1 minute time frame, I will say try to go to a 5 minute time frame. That's where it's going to take some time for the pattern to build, and it's going to be more cleaner for you and more easier for you, okay? More cleaner and easier for you, okay, if you are failing to see it on a 1 minute time frame. But guys, it's the same thing every day. Patterns. I've just showed you different types of patterns, okay? And this is what will help you sit on your hands most of the time. On a 5 minute, it's gonna be clean, but you're not gonna get the opportunities most frequent as we do on a 1 minute time frame, okay? But if that saves you, of course, that is better, okay? So guys, just master this. It's very easy. Trap volume before the session, that's important, because if they are sending you into trap volume, you want to avoid that. Just sit and relax until you see the clearest pattern, okay? And that's what will help you. Guys, I really appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. And I believe tomorrow it's Monday. It's going to be the same kind of opportunities. The same thing we are looking for today is the same thing we'll be looking for tomorrow. And of course, I want to show you something. Always pay close attention to the types of trends you see, okay? Because let's go to page, I think it's page 3, okay? Because sometimes they will just use different kinds of trends, okay? You see, you need to know what kinds of trends. This is important, because as much as identifying trap volume before the session saves you, this thing will save you a lot. Identify different kind of trends. Guys, read everything on your playbook. Please master everything written on your playbook. That's gonna make trading very easy for you, okay? And please try to wait for the patterns to build up. Your job is to wait for the pattern. Sit on your screen. If your pattern is not there in 2 hours, continue sitting, because that's the kind of job you chose. You chose that you're gonna sit and wait for the patterns. Therefore, sit and wait for the patterns. It doesn't necessarily mean that every time the session begins, now you have to be finding an opportunity. No, you must understand what is happening, okay? And you must wait for the chart pattern to complete, okay? So guys, I really appreciate you, and have a beautiful day. Thank you.